Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're looking at another car around Nordschleife. This time it's a Group 3 car. It's the Mazda Atenza Group 3. It's another shameless plug for you, urging you to go and check out the Super Touring Car Championship we're running at the moment. And they're all there on YouTube. Easy to find, STCC Season 1. And this is Baz's livery in that series, as this is the car he's driving, and it seems to be doing okay. It's there, it's battling. I mean, the Peugeots are flying away with it, but the rest of the field seems to be pretty even Stevens, and this Mazda is holding its own in that championship. So the Mazda Atenza Group 3, made by Mazda in Japan, and it's a race car. It's not really made up for Gran Turismo, but let's pretend it's made in Japan. It's turbocharged. Its engine type is an inline 4. It's got a power of 567 brake horsepower, and it's a 6-speed gearbox. It's a front-engined rear-wheel drive. It weighs in at 2,822 pounds, and that's 1,280 kilograms for the rest of us. Its top speed is 171 miles per hour, and in Gran Turismo 7 the performance points are 703.80, and it is in the Group 3 category. The length, wow, this is a long one. The length of this car is 5.080 meters, with a width of 2.050 meters and a height of 1.380 meters. The Mazda Atenza Group 3 is a race car produced by Mazda, based on the Mazda Atenza Sedan XD L Package 15. It appears in Gran Turismo Sport and Gran Turismo 7. This Gran Turismo exclusive Group 3 used the third generation Atenza as a base. It was converted to a rear-wheel driver to meet Group 3 specifications. A rear cockpit bulkhead was installed to improve the overall rigidity of the body. And you can get this car in the Mazda section of Brand Central for 450,000 credits. There is some trivia things here, but I don't know how relevant they are. The default livery of the Atenza Group 3 is a reminiscent of the Mazda 6 Skyactiv D race car from 2013, which participated in the Rolex Sports Car Series under the GX class, which it won. Compared to the original Mazda Atenza featured in the game, this, along with the Group 4 variant, feature a much higher revving engine, which implies that the diesel engine from the original car has been swapped for a more conventional race spec 4-cylinder turbo engine. That's about all the info I have there for you. So, what do I think? I mean, this one is fighting with what the Ford Mustang we've taken around in the Group 3, the Nissan, but that didn't do very well, and the Peugeot that seems to be supreme, and the Porsche that was slightly lacking. So it's battling those cars. It's a lovely drive, fantastic, but it's a split personality of a car, if you ask me, because we go through one corner and everything's fine and dandy, the car is planted, everything's cool. So the next corner you think, I can push that a little bit more, and then suddenly from nowhere the car the back end just steps away. You can feel it just sliding away from you. So then you have to sort of start backing off a bit and losing time coming out of the corner. So it seemed random the times it wanted the back end to go. It was sometimes going into a corner, and yeah, it seemed like a strange mix. One minute it is absolutely bombing it, it's planting it in the corners, and then the next minute you can feel a little slide here and there where the car's unstable. So yeah, it's got stability issues, it's got daddy issues, I'd say. And it's got grunt. I remember thinking this car has got some oof. It has got some pull, or push, I suppose, rear wheel drive. Yeah, it's got some push, I tell thee. It's It's not slow. It's not as nimble as the Peugeot though. It's definitely not as nimble in the corners as the Peugeot felt. It felt like more confidence with it in the corners with the Porsche, so I think it's easily beaten the Porsche. It's up against the Mustang, I think. It really is. I couldn't tell you where it is sat time-wise with the Ford Mustang. But a glorious drive, absolutely fantastic. Except for the moments where it just scares you just slightly from out of nowhere. It suddenly wants to go and you think, where did that come from? We were doing all right. We've gone through the corners before faster than that. But I do like the feeling of the Gr.3 cars on Gran Turismo 7. I must say, they feel weighty. They really do. It does feel like you're hauling a monster, a beast around the track. And it is purely the grunt that's helping these cars, not so much the aerodynamics, except for the Peugeot. That itself felt pretty solid in the corners. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I can see how it's doing well in the STCC, but if it just was a little more stable, it'd be a killer car. I imagine those guys get quite frustrated who are racing in that championship with this car, because it's like I said, a split personality. It's a psycho. Doesn't know from one corner to the next if it likes that corner or not, and there's no rhyme or reason for it, because some of the corners, they seem simpler corners and it still bites out. Like here, I came in here with such speed and managed to slow it down. The brakes have got nothing to complain about. That's the Mazda Atenza Gr.3. Give it a go, why not? It's fun drive. And brake. Lovely car. So there you go, the Mazda Atenza Gr.3 with a 656.334 in number 4, just behind the Peugeot, but ahead of the Ford Mustang. Only just ahead of the Ford Mustang. I mean, we're talking tenths on that one. 9 tenths, possibly less. No, maybe more. I'm not working it out. Yeah, I'm not working it out. So, yeah, the Mazda Atenza, it's got grunt. It's a little bit unsure in the corners, but it's pretty much on par with the Ford Mustang, I guess. A bit more track experience, so maybe the Ford Mustang would be faster now, but who knows. And yeah, beating out the Porsche and the Nissan. It's interesting stuff there. So that's the Mazda Atenza Gr.3. Please hit like, subscribe, and share wherever you can. In the comments, put what car you'd like to see me go around in. And come and join us at the Virtual Racers Club in our Discord. It's all in the About on here on YouTube. If you go and look at About Us, I'm sure you'll find your way in. Thanks for watching. Tooroo. Peace and love. Peace and love.